Welcome to Five Things. I'm your host, Zamoni, aka Gang Boss. And you know, this is the place where the industry turns into reality. And today, on today's episode, I have actor, model, my island brother, my international brother. I call him Ovadoo, but I'm gonna make him introduce himself to the listeners and to the fans and to the patrons and to everybody.
Yo, it's your boy Ovadoo. Well, to the Hollywood world, they know me. But to the music world, the local world, the soca world, the dancehall world, it's Ovadoo. And I always overdo it. Like the fullest.
Yeah, man. You know how the thing go. Welcome to Five Things, man. And your brother that I respect, and I think you're overlooked. You understand? People don't recognize that the work you put in and the things that you do for even the country of Antigua and Barbuda, that you do things that me in my generation we have never seen. You understand? From your cameos in multiple series and movies and what's not. But I'll make you discuss that later on. So that brings me to say five things, right? Thing one, right? What pushed you in the field of acting? Because in Antigua, it's mostly maybe sports or maybe music, right? People don't really take theater that serious. So what pushed you in the field of acting? Was it the girls? Was it the money? Was it the fame? What was it?
As the growing up, and I'm dark skinned. As I was, a little shy about the complexion of my skin, but right now you can't tell me nothing about that, right? But I was always a guy that loved the camera. I think that came from my mother, and then my dad's side of the family is also music, entertainment. So I think it was meant to be. The confidence built more when I was working in the city, and I always get approached by photographers. And then the production world, and then my brother Bajija find out what I was doing and introduced me to his colleagues. And while working with artists and building the name Ovadoo, I got the opportunity to be my first film. And I just felt comfortable, better than the runway modeling. I just felt like I belonged on the television.
Yeah, man.
That's how it really took off. It was kind of like every childhood dream to be an actor, and when I started living it, I was surprised. So it just came along with age.
Okay.
And more understanding. And getting out there and exploring and not just be confined to one circle.
Like I would like to ask like what is like one of the most awkward things that happened to you on set? Like for me, like sometimes I'd be performing and I'm not gonna lie, like sometimes I be forgetting some of my lyrics from my songs and stuff, and I always have to try to patch it in and what's not. You understand? Or like one time I was like super turned for a concert, and like I find like after like looking back at the videos and stuff, right? I find it like wow. So like in your feeling, your world, yeah, like what would you consider as like one of the most like awkward things to happen to you?
Is this can I explicit this, or is it like? Well, I would say it's a intimate scene with a young lady, and the toilet moved. So, we had the toilet there as a blockage and stuff, and the toilet moved, and I ain't gonna go to more than that, but that was an awkward moment. But the thing is, she was with it, and she like even hold me more, and I'm like, yo, she was like, yeah, I know, like in my ear, but it was all about the body language. And she just went with the flow. And
that brings me to think.
I would say that was the most awkward moment.
that brings me to thing two, right? Now that you bring it up, right? Thing two, right? Um, how like I'm trying like I be watching movies and stuff, right? And I be wondering like what kind of control level you have to have, like where your mind at, because I know, imagine if you're so caught up in your own world, right? You think like basically almost any female that come to you, they want something for you from you, right? Like how you keep that balance that everything stay normal. This is just a scene. And I know you could tell me the basic things like your train and your practice and da 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 da. Like thing to like how actors.
I hear it. Well, you see, if you look at most intimate scenes, there's not a lot of dialogue. It's just more the body language. So you're able to focus on something else because you're not thinking about what you're going to say next, really. And then the action you adjust in body language, like your movements. That's what keep you from going overboard majority of the time.
I not lying, bro. Like, I not lying, right? Some of them scenes be looking too real, bro. That facial expression and oh my god,
It also boils down. It also comes down to the comfort that you have with your castmate.
Yeah.
That's why when you first get cast, they have what you call like a round the table read. So you get familiar with each other and stuff like that. So it builds the comfort. And sometimes when you working, you just gotta go in your work mode and you know what? I'm already here. I'm gonna just go full in instead of embarrassing myself. Let me just do it and done.
I can understand that.
Like a fool.
I can understand that because it's the same like with my dancers or whatnot, or if I bring a female chick on stage, right? Of course I'm not gonna have a boner because I'm in that moment of work, right? But I'm surrounded by crowd and music and what's not, so that's why I asked the question, because basically instead, of course you have the directors and what's not around you, but it's just so intimate. Like certain scenes I see is like so intimate, right? Secondly, like well, my the third thing is like how you go about choosing the one for you, right? Because like in our world, the clout and everything and what's not, you understand what I mean? Like how you're sure that you want to go on more than one date with a female? Like what makes you like say, okay, I want to try it out? And let's subtract the looks because we know how it is. Like what makes you know, okay, this is the one I want to go on a second date with?
It's vibe. Everybody's different. But it's vibe. To me, the language that you speak, certain knowledge, your hygiene, the way you carry yourself. I don't care what nobody say. But
big. One second. You just hit the big facts alert. 1 second. The big facts alert. The hygiene, bro. The hygiene, bro. Yeah, sorry for cutting you. Continue.
The hygiene. No, good. The hygiene. Looks is important. Especially nowadays that girls don't feel like they can't step out without makeup on.
Yeah.
Most of their makeup's be cakey.
Yeah.
That right there will be a turn off. It's better you come natural than to have your face caked up.
Fuck.
The makeup cracking up and stuff like that. Or you trying to rush to get your makeup ready, but you can see the space like like water wet your face and it's drying up. Or just,
I know it.
Yeah.
Or that untoned makeup. That.
Right.
Yo. Okay, so I get that.
Sometimes also you watch and see what they order. Like, well, for me, I don't take a female to a restaurant that I can't afford the most expensive meal in there.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you watch and see their vibe
Yeah.
on how they play it out.
Yeah.
You know, like, are they here for a free meal every time, or are they here for a good connection?
Yeah. I was having that talk. Because I was having that talk on a previous episode, and I was saying that, yo, them chicks be like, when they know they with that paid nigga, like when they that paid man, they tend to overdo sometimes now. And I always say I have a principle, right? If you don't normally take yourself or treat yourself like that or close to that, don't try to overdo it with somebody else, because then it's called taking advantage. You understand what I'm saying? You're taking advantage of someone. So if you know you're not treating yourself or like putting yourself close to that treatment, do not try to advantage someone.
Yeah. Try to. When I was in New York, I met a girl, but it was more like she tried to holler or whatever. So I was like, okay, we text and exchange. I was like, yo, let's talk later. And she was like, all right, cool, she's down. And I was like, all right, so meet me at train station. It was 174th Street in the park. And she was like, okay, cool, no problem. Mind you, she's all with it. So I'm coming, I was like, hey, I'm about to get ready, whatever. But in my head, I was like, okay, if she only take that train to the 174th stop, I know she about it, because I would have just been like, hey, come downstairs, because I'm actually driving. But I didn't make it seem that way. Then she disappeared. Then she saw me coming out of work one day, going to my car, and she was like, oh, you never hit me up, and this and that, we should go out sometime. I was like, I just laughed and turned around, finished wiping the snow off my car, and go back to business.
Yo, it's crazy.
It'll be, yes. And I have a cousin named 007, right?
James Bond.
And that day, we was already on the road with the radio station, handling the radio station business. And we had the radio station van, who was a big, long van. And hit up some girls. They wanted to go out, so we was like, yo, we're not going from car. We gonna use the van. We pull up outside, you can hear one of them whisper like, don't tell me that they in this fucking van. And I looked at him, he was like, yo, don't worry about that, man. Just cool, right? Because I already ready to drive off.
Yeah.
He was like, nah, so we had a great time. We went to the movies, after we went bowling, had a great time, everything. We ain't hear from them again.
Yo.
Just because of the van.
Yo, but it be like that. So. Yo, that's tough. That's tough, bro.
Yep. And when we do that, we don't brag or talk about what we have.
Fact.
We don't do that.
Fact.
You understand?
Yeah.
Like, yes, we really push the biggest cars and doing all that stuff, but if you can't approach them genuine, some just level, get to know, even if you don't want nothing serious, and just some level vibe stuff, I don't want you. I don't need you.
Facts.
So, and that's just me.
Here's the other thing. Here's the other thing, right? And sometimes I even concerned about you because you live in the States, right? And being a black man in the States with everything that happening, right? Everything that happening, and being a successful black man at that, right? How you go about with that? To me, I call it. It's not so much a new lifestyle, because like us that live in like countries like these, we know what really happening and what really going on. But now it's so public, right? Now it's so public. How you go about living? Now you really see what really happening in certain ends, right? Like how you go about right now, how you make your steps, how you make your movement, like what's your thought process right now before you leave your house?
I just continue on my day and mind my business. Some situations you can't avoid, and I'm stereotype a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So I always have to be on the defense.
Mm-hmm.
But because of what I'm in, the profession,
Mm-hmm.
I try to swallow a lot.
You're forced to swallow a
Especially,
lot, innit?
you're supposed to, right?
Yeah.
Especially with locks.
Yeah.
They stereotype locks. Like, they will look at me and believe I'm a thug, but no, I'm a professional.
Bro,
I work
on
for
some
the
real,
office. I open your bank account.
some real ish. I got sent back. I was flying through London through transit, right, to Switzerland, right, and because of my locks and my appearance, like with tats and what's not, bro, I got sent back. I was traveling from Antigua. I got sent back to Antigua, even if like they didn't care.
Whoa.
I got sent back to Antigua, and I had to book a complete flight to fly through Germany to get to Switzerland, just because of dreads and how I look,
Your
bro.
dreads, yeah.
Yeah, I'm telling you. So
Relax.
I understand
Trust me,
it.
I driving, when they see the locks, automatically pulled over.
Pull over.
Nothing wrong. It's always it's always some excuse. And I'm like, huh. One time I got pulled over 3 nights.
Wow.
I mean, 3 times in one night.
Wow.
And I was with, I don't know if you know DJ Reckless.
Yeah.
He was in the car too. And each time we got pulled over, it wasn't the same reason. Mind you, nothing changed in the car, but none of them was the same reason. 3 times in one night.
Wow.
And it's scary because you make one bad move, you never know what can happen.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You know, and me, I don't argue back. I just comply with what they say, what they asking for.
Yeah.
But sometimes you just want to be like, yo, like, you don't want to even give them your ID card, but because, you know, we try to get where we try to go and don't want to create no scene and stuff like that. We just do whatever. But 3 times in one night.
That's crazy. But like when I get like when they approach me and stuff, like when they approach me, like I have everything ready because I know what it is. I know what time it is. So I don't even waste time. Like from the time they come, I'm already like, here's my IDs,
Right, everything's
and everything.
Yeah.
Look it right here, and let's get this thing over with because I know exactly what it is. You understand what I'm saying? And like sometimes I feel like so sorry, like for even the younger cats. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's so unfair. Because at the end of the day, we are just humans, bro. We're just humans. You know, if we were doing like illegal stuff, then I would understand.
I would understand that.
Yeah,
right.
But we are just humans, bro.
Yeah, just driving, and it wasn't even a traffic violation, and not once did I get a ticket. Not once did I get a ticket. It was some silly reason, and they let us go, but felt it though. We felt like, I don't know. I think from I got locks, it changed. It changed to worse. Even sometimes, even coming from our own though. I'm not gonna lie about
we
that.
Know that.
When
Yo,
I was a
listen.
banker,
We raise up on from our own that locks is herb smoking thugs. Like even with the tattoo culture and stuff, it's like we like the older gens and them raise up and like, you have tattoo, you are dumb, you're a thug, you're lacking of education, you're a weed smoker, you understand what I'm saying? Those things are like standard, right? Which pushes me to ask this, right? Which is the other thing, right? You being in the field of modeling and you being in the field of Hollywood, right, acting and stuff, right? Does dreads and like your skin color, like you dark, right? Does it limit the roles? Like, does it stereotype you also for roles and for parts in like films?
Yeah. You how should I put this? First, you're typecast, right? But I face it less in acting than I did in the runway. In the runway, it have a lot to do with your complexion. I felt that. They love the locks, but not the tone of the skin.
Rough.
I
That's tough.
Was like, even though we are the most, heroes in fashion as black people, saying they don't want stuff because it's not gonna sell.
That's crazy.
They don't market it as much, but I see where they went with the opposite, and their stuff don't get a buzz at all.
Bro, what they fail to understand, bro, we are a brand, bro. We are a brand. Us on the whole, we are a brand. The way we wear shit so saucy, right? We make things look so saucy. You understand what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, that's one thing I learned with life is like, you don't want to make people that are powerful know how powerful they are. So the brain is the strongest thing that you have in your body, right? So if you train the brain to be weak, your whole body is weak. You understand what I mean? And I think that they use that a lot against us, and that's why it's so important to always like empower yourself and look at yourself in the mirror and motivate yourself that nobody has the power that their mouth can belittle your brain. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, that's one of the things.
A lot of people see the industry, the glamour and the glitter, but don't see the type of patience you need and a lot of swallow throats that you have to do to get by. That's why they was like, yo, why you not doing? I don't answer to everything I get called for because I already know the treatment that's going to come behind it.
You're missing one thing. You're missing one thing with what you said. People don't see the investment, bro. People don't see the investment. And when I say investment, I mean like both money and time. You understand? Nobody sees that. You understand?
Yo, I'm sure I was doing a 9 to 5 and had 4 days on set. So it was from the 9 to 5 to set. Shower, half an hour later, back to work, from work straight back to set. And my this is and when I did One All Night with Liam Neeson, I was a featured extra. It was minus 20 degrees. It was ice rain. Ice rain, and then rain on top of that. And luckily I had a trailer, but we didn't go back to the trailer all the time. We was intense.
Yeah, you have to put in that work.
You understand?
You have to put in that work.
Yes. In pajamas at that, because the scene was the housing residence scene where my apartment got on fire. And it was pajamas. Like no jacket, no nothing. Like you out there. And that's the type of sacrifice you gotta put in to get the work. Like the other day, Usain Bolt posted something about him being in the cold in the trench and whatever.
Yeah.
And so that's the type of sacrifice you gotta do. And you can't say nothing if you want to do it.
But people don't see that, and they don't respect it sometimes, and they don't understand it, right? So my thing is like, what would you tell like a youngin like that want to go into acting and stuff? Like, how would you prep them mental? Like just say 5 things. I want to know like 5 things you would tell a youngin to condition the mind before they enter the field of acting or the scene of Hollywood.
Network, right? You gotta go then react to you. After you feel, because when you're a non-unit extra, you will see how
it adds to your resume.
It adds,
yeah.
It adds to, and it practice. It teach you and it show you different ropes, and you come on, you rise up. Like, I don't want to be extra. If you can handle that, you're ready to go on to being without consistency. You live on one opportunity, and you're gonna kind of lose it. but you have to stay consistent. It's consistency that gets you to the top. Branding, you gotta rebrand yourself now. So talents, but you have to focus on one.
Yeah, facts.
Music, acting, modeling, all goes hand in hand.
Facts.
Focus on one. And that's where I'm at with that. It's a self-investment. You have to think like you have to become your own entrepreneur in your craft.
Facts.
So
people think that other people should just do certain things for them, but they don't understand, like in the start of their career, that they have to be almost everything. They have to play almost every role. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And I think that's one thing they lack to understand. You get me? But before we leave and before we wrap up, right? Can you just tell like the people like some of the films you were part of, or some of the series that you were part of, before we wrap up?
My first big thing was that I was a part of was Law and Order SV 15, episode 1, 2, I think it was 11. That I was on to Person of Interest, and from interest, I did some other stuff in between, but I don't really count those. And the next big thing that came out of that was As a Jamaican Assassinate season 1.
Repeat that because it broke up.
In season 1, and then season 3 as a Jamaican, and then the Blacklist with James Spader at NBC, and I was the villain from Maldives, the auctioneer winner in that episode. That was also another college. But it was a great set. The actors was great. James Spader is awesome. Tommy and those, Amari Hardwick and Joseph Sikora, they're great actors, and I would share the stage with them any day, anytime. Donald Paul, great humble youth from Florida. Respect that kid. That was it for now. Movies wise, sitting that to drop. And I also have a dancer in a movie called Eden, but that was a French.
Okay.
Only shown over there
nice.
in Paris, Europe. And Take Me With You, where I played a character called Tony. And that was a nice, decent film as well. But COVID, this was supposed to be a good year.
We know,
but
right now we just have to be thankful for life. You understand what I'm saying? We have to be thankful for life. Safety first. So I know that you just flew to the tropics, so I'm not gonna hold you too long. I'm happy for the time that you give me, like speaking to everybody that's on my platform. Your social media handles will be in the description. I encourage everybody to like, comment, share. This has been 5 Things with Ovadoo. I'm calling the big time actor. Big time actor alert. Or the big time actor. Yo, bro, thanks.
Smart things. Zamoni voice.
Yo. This is 5 Things, so you know how the thing go. Zamoni, aka the gang boss. YZ gang to the world. Gang thing, whole ton of nice. Outside.